Hello. It's so cold here. I had to make a cuppa. But you know I like to have a cuppa. It's meant to be cards, cuppas and having fun, isn't it? So, I don't know where you are, but it's bloody cold here. So, I'm just checking my Facebook's on. And I go to Nette's. Because you know why I like you on Classy Creative Cards of Nette's on YouTube is because the problem is everything disappears on Facebook, and these ones stay on, so you can look up any card I've done if you want to get the instructions, because you know I give you a full sheet of the ingredients and then you watch the video and you get to play it. You can go fast forward, you don't have to listen to rubbish. So I'm using this again. So today's card is a flip out. Okay, you've got to get it a bit loose, see? And then it flips out, and I've got Bubba, Mama, and Bubba. And then if you open it, you've got a couple of them walking on the envelope as well. Nice and simple there. So I'll show you the ones I did last. I've done these ones before. I've got, look, you can't really see, he's got little pink feet walking along, or she has got little pink feet. This is a birthday and a baby card. Congratulations. Isn't that lovely? So you write on the back of this. That's also in one of my lives. And the other one that was very popular, which was my first one, is a bandstand, and that's the little boy. So you write on the back. So when it arrives, it's flat, and you just give it a bit of a push up. It's got a little glass window so you can see the elephant walking through and the twins. And my twins will be 18 in January. Can you believe it? We've survived, and they will be walking through. I'll be the one crying on the back or something. No, for 5 minutes, I'm sure. I'm sure I'll be totally fine. Alright, so we are going to use the new in colours for this one. So we've got crisp cantaloupe. I'll put that to the side for a minute. And if you saw last night, oh my God, it took me half an hour to clean that desk up and put everything back where it belonged. So today we've got a crisp cantaloupe, which is 8 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we're scoring it at 4 1/8, which is 1/2 without the blade. And this card is standing up like that, so how's that for easy? Then I've got some garden green. We've got a few bits of garden green. So this is 3 3/7/8. I look up because my tape measures up there, by 5 1/2. That is for our top. The green does get put down straight away. You will find that, okay, the green is going down. Now, I haven't bone folded that, and I don't want to do it too hard because I want it to stand up, but I will. There you go. So that will stand up like that. So next, I've done the small check, but we're not putting that on yet because we have to do a mechanism. So the mechanism is, I need some ink. Alright, I've got to remember which pieces I've got here. I've got that, I've got a little white, a little fold there, which I don't think I need. Okay, so when I put my mechanism on first, it worried me because the bottom didn't sit down as nicely as it would. So you see here, this is in there, but you don't need. I wonder why I put 2. One down and one flips up. Okay, we'll go with that. Now, I felt, because I've done it long ways instead of the short one, it was too short, so I'm going to cut another one, or a longer one. So if you're doing the short one, where it stands up like that, this is totally the right size for you, because you just flip it and go. So I extended that one. I put a little piece on his bottom so that he could see the flap. I added, so that's why I've obviously kept this, and I just glued that, but I'm going to make a whole new one. So if it's 5.5, just trying to find garden green. Here I go again. Where are you, garden green? There you are. So this was for the short one. We need it to be another, get my ruler, we actually need it to be, oh, I've got to hold that up properly there, another 1.5, because we need gluing. So the green, 5.25 by, that's the piece, 3.25, yeah, so it was 2.75 by 2. I might be missing something, was I? No? I'm done it again. Alright, so this is the one that was 6, 5, did I make that even a bit smaller? 5.25 by 3 7/8. 2. Ah, this is this one. Okay, and that's scored. Well, not scored, basically. That's the tab. So, yes, the tab is 6.25 by 2, but I'm making it bigger because I found I made a long card, not a small one. So, if you do it with this one, the 6 mechanism, it's the card is the stand-up card, not the long one. So I'm doing the, what's the length? Portrait and the long one. Long one. I'm going to make it 8.25 and score the same, 2 1/8. But if you want to make your card this way, that's the correct. And I think after you've done it a few times, you might, it's a bit of work, but no, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to do that as 8.25 by 2. And I don't have any punches that are, I have round ones and things like that, but what I'm just going to do is I'll score it first. So we're going to score it at 2 and 2.25. And that gets the move around. 2 and 2.25. And then I have a way longer, so fold your first one, fold your second one, okay, and then on here I'm just going to snip it, old-fashioned snip it, because I can, and it still gives you something to pull on. I just felt if you put a ribbon or something like that and it didn't flip properly, you'd probably pull it all out. So a little bit of finger lick. That's right. Alright, so that is going to be our mechanism under here. And that's really even longer, so I can cut it back when I get in. I'll just do it first. Alright, so now in here, to put the flap in, I need the tiniest little slither cutting out. So I about how far down? About, yeah, 1.25 inches in, and I need, let me see, 1 inch from either side. We're going to start that. So 1 inch in, and so 1 inch from there. We want to add 1 inch. We're going to start it. Now here we don't have 1 inch, so we have to look at, that's 3/4. We're going to take it to the 3. I think it's to the 3 3/4. I'm just going to double check if that's big enough. I don't think it is. Line it back up exactly where you were and just go down to the 3, and that should be fine. So just make sure you've got your flat. Oh, it needs to be just a tiny bit more. Make sure you're even. So I've got 1, 2 and a bit squares, 1, 2. So I'm going to take this one, take them both out to a little bit further. So line it up and then you'll be in the right place. Just a little bit further and a little bit further. Okay? So now I have a score that is 2 1/8 wide. And that was 2, so that totally gets it, doesn't it? And then that will flip it out. And then, oh, that is way too big, isn't it? So what did I say to do it by? 8. Maybe it's not 8. Let's have another look and change that for you. Doesn't matter if you have to waste a little bit of card. You had to take that piece off anyway. So 8 1/4. I think it's going to be, let's try, let's put it back. And we can take 1 inch off, okay? So line it up there and we'll just take 1 inch off. Now, we'll cut that one again. And to make that tag, and that's why I did have another piece there, I know that now. That's the flip, that's the other one. I'm just going to put that on the back, a piece on the back to make it easier. I might just put that piece on the back to make it easier to pull, because I think that it's, if you pull just a little card, I was finding it gets a little bit torn. So I'm just going to put that little one on there. No one will see it, it's at the back. And there we have it. And I'll just flip it over and make sure I am, oh, got to get my squizzies out there. Okay. Hi, how are you? I see some people having a wee peep. Alright. Put that way. And then we're going to bone fold. I had my bone folder. Just as well I've got 2 in my box beside me. Give that a crease there, and then a crease on that one. So now when we pull, it's down and it's going to pull it up through there. Now because it is pulling out there, if I remember, we have to do just a little bit of a flap there, okay? Just take out, well, best to do is pop it back in there. Where did I cut? Just started up the top of it. So I'm going to move that. That was there. I'm going to move it just the tiniest. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut it with my fingers because I don't want to do that wrong. And sometimes I do. So I'm just cutting out a slither. If you've got a die that will just cut a small slither, you do that. But I found that was fine. It worked. Okay, where is it again? So that's going to go in there. And then when you pull it, it flips up. Okay. So what I'm going to do is get my board out of the road. Bring out the original card base. And I'm going to glue down here. Oops, I don't just put my finger in that. Can you believe it? I've got some wipes here that keep moving. Well, I've got a cloth, so I'll just use that and clean that up. And then I put some on there. Can you? Alright. So I'm just down there. And under here. Oh my God, no, not there. What am I doing? That's where the slide goes. I'm thinking, leave that, you don't... Oh, I'm wiping that off with my cloth because I don't want it sticky, and it's going to be a little bit sticky. Oh, can you? Annette Falconer, what are you doing? I'll just get a little scrap of paper and put that in the middle there because I do not want that to stick. So that is that. I'm going to put that right smack in the middle so it doesn't catch the glue. That would be totally embarrassing, wouldn't it? You'd do a flat card and it doesn't work. Right. I'm going to just get that all up there. Oh, that rain is amazing. It is hammering down. Good morning, Alita. Well, it's not morning for you. Alright, so we really need to get this in now. Okay, and fold it over. Don't get our hands, put it down the middle. You can see why I'm making sure there's no sticky there. Okay, and because we're doing a pull this way, not that way, see that way you would only need the short one because you do it in the middle. But I like to do things different, you know that. Did you have a good night? Well, I think you're more night now, if I'm right. What time is it in Holland? I think you're opposite of us. I think you should be night. I think you're... Oh, more sticky. Alright, so now that's on. When I pull it, it goes like that. Now this piece gets glued. Is there. Right. Now I'm just going to flip it and see what happens, make sure I've got the right thing. So when it's there, then comes down there, let's see what happens. Yeah, got to get it right. So on that first score, we're going to put that one I think might be even before the score. That's a touch off. I'm going to just double check that. Take a bit off that. Alright. So that is going to fit there. I think I know what it is that I'm doing. Is it the glue is on that one and then it pulls it out? I never knew why they had the two of them. I glued that one down underneath to the bottom. That's probably why it didn't pull it up as well. And so that is definitely glued to there. Alright, let's see what we did. Let's see that we do this right. I'm going to pull that out a bit. Be careful not to get glue right in the middle. Not too much. Let it dry a little bit. And let me have a look. What was the other green? 6.5 by 2 and score it 2 and 4, and the other ones are 5 1/4 by 3, 3 1/4 by 2. So this is the one we're putting on the top, and we've got a white piece here. So I'm going to do our, oh, that's the baby elephant inside, and it flips up, and so I'm just going to place that. If it flips on there, I did the two before, but I didn't feel like they were right. I'm going to put it on, and if it's not right, then we'll soon find out, won't we? So then that will go down, and then that will flip. Let's make sure it's straight, and that will flip with the big one. Now, the white for this, just see if I've got a piece that's more appropriate, is the white is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 3 and 7. White 3 1/4 by 2 3/8. 3 1/4 by 2 3/8. I don't think it is, because this one's not that big. Maybe the green, I have to do that again. I'm going to do this 2 and... Are you kidding me? 2. I think she did it. That's my inside piece. Oh, here they are here. That's why. It is a bigger one. Here I was thinking, what the heck have I got there? So that one is the green, 3 1/4 by 2 1/2, and the white is 2 3/8. Oh, that's correct, it's there. See, I'm all flustered. Oh, that's nice. Better off to talking to Dad than me when I get flustered, isn't it? So that's going to be our next one on. So now let me see what the glue's doing. Okay, now I think that means that one folds down. This is going on the top here. Okay, so this is going on here. And when I do my stamping, ooh, 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 get away. I've had that problem today, haven't I? So this is going to try and centre as much as we can in the card. Remember, you've got that little flap sitting up there, which will come up okay. Now I would like to know why you've got two there. Flaps up, but it doesn't flap up as much as I thought it would. And that one flaps up and that one stays down. So you've got to flip and flap it a few times, see? Flip, flap, flip, flap, flip, flap. Alright, so we'll just leave that for a sec, get a little bit of stamping done, try and work out why. And it was in the same in the last one. I don't know why it's got that there. Maybe you'd better go back to somebody else. I thought when I did it too, I glued that one down. I'm going to hold it in. I only want that one to flap up though. Let's put, not that, because it'll, let's put a glass block on that. And I'll get that down here and then I'll see. I can't work out why they had two there. Goes in, goes down, and flips up. So it doesn't. It's not really a major flip up, is it? Now I want to really hold that down. So what can I do? I'll use a bit of scrap and hold that down like that, where I'm not hurting the side, and see what happens now. Okay, because that's better. So that one will come down. Goodness, it's a lot of work, isn't it? And that's going to be the baby elephant. So we've got the big elephant on the front and the baby inside. And that one. And I'm going to glue that one down. Because if I'm right, that's what I did on the last one. So make sure they're at the same level when I glue them. And I'm going to glue the bottom one down. Alright. And now while we're waiting for that, we'll just quickly do a bit of stamping. Not a lot today. A little bit of that. I stamped them out in basic grey. I thought you've got to see them one more time before they end up going away. I don't want them to go away. They're so lovely. Lovely for baby cards. And okay, so we've got a little block for him. Oh, look at that. A little bit of sunshine through the cloud. Oh, that little elephant wants to go on his side. Big elephant, Mummy, and she's going to need to go on her side a bit too. No, she's going to need a bigger block. Is it a bigger one? No, it's the same. It's a bit of an overkill, isn't it? Even bigger than that one. I hope you don't have to all race around trying to find this big block. Alright, so we got that, and what else did we put on it? Oh, hey there. Can we use a little one for that? Hey there. And then the other one inside. Oh, it's just the elephants. Oh no, inside here, inside the flap, I've put Cheers. Alright, on the little baby elephant I put cheers. Where's that? I'm going to put that on the other side. Okay, so I've got hay there on one side and cheers on the other. We'll use that. Let's go. So Bubba, ooh, I don't want to get that on the card after you've done all that work, do I? I'll just get... I juiced my, went through and did all my cards the other day. Oh look, isn't that gorgeous? Now, on this one, I've just sort of done some massive, like, stones that he's going on. Looks like he's walking in the mud. Okay. And mummy elephant. And I should be having this, shouldn't I? Oh, do I have a good night? I watched a funny movie, a bit of a funny, sad movie last night. It was nice to relax after this at 10, and my husband's like, oh, I'm going to sleep now. And I'm like, okay. So I woke up and watched it this morning. Oh, only one of mine went to school today, the other goes to TAFE, and I said to my husband, you can get up. And then I felt sorry, and I went down and made his breakfast anyway. So, not breakfast, got his lunch ready. Okay, so where are we going with this? A little bit of colouring. Who likes to do a little bit of colouring? So in the dark, I'm just going to go around the outlines. Just a little bit more, like a shade on there. It's like when you were taught at school, you do round the lines and then you go back inside, and then you can colour anywhere you want. I'll just give those darks as I go round, just giving it a bit more shading round the elephant to stand out. And up we go. Is there any card sets anyone's got that they'd like to see made up? I've got it, I'll do a card with it for you. Only a little dot in that eye. The other elephant, I made his eye a bit, oh goodness. I made his eye a little bit big. Just getting those nice and dark before I put in the, and as I said, I'm just doing a little shading. And alright, so then with the light grey, I'm just going to go over. So much easier when you've done the inside, isn't it? What's your favourite fun fold, guys? I like this flat one, but it is a little bit of work, isn't it? There's another texture of mine blend that's going to be needed to replace. What's the longevity of a blend, I wonder? I've definitely just bought 2 new ones recently. Alright, he looks a bit stripy there. We'll fill him in. Come on, little man. Maybe I better get the, this will probably be the one that's got more in it. Okay, there's mummy, and we'll just do baby with all of this one. Oh, thanks for watching, I do appreciate it. I'd love it if you shared, that would help my day. Oh, that's in black anyway. I'm doing it in the light now, because he is the baby. I'll do a bit of black on him in a minute. You didn't come on here for play school, did you? Mind you, I think half of my things are play school, aren't they? Alright. I love him. Yes, they are very babyish, this card stamp, isn't it? Even when you saw this one with all of them on it, they do look really cute. So you saw all my show, whoever carrying that, you've already seen what was coming. And I know you've got some, so I would like you to post something on my page to show your amazing cards. So I'm just doing these little darky bits now. And we're nearly there, sorry. Okay, I'm just going to go to the fuller end and just give him just a little bit of extra, a little colour in his ears. And if you're not sure what you like, you can get your whitener and take a little bit back out, which I'm going to do just there, just lighten that back up. Alright, so we need to have chairs. We've got hay there on the bottom. Make sure that's got quite, might have to put it up. No, I'm going to put it there, I like it there. Because when you see it, hay there, I did it really dark to make sure. And then on his little one, I'm going to put chairs. So it could be a new baby, it could be just saying hey there to someone. Alright, so now we've got in a little plastic bag, not there, here it is. I've cut out some bits and pieces. We've got a couple of clouds. Right, now, where's my silicone mat? Don't get glue on this one. I might just take it off that. I don't want glue on there. So I've got some little greenery on the inside. Can you see that? So we're going to put this one here. Okay. I did add them after, so oh, it is going to town out there. I'll have to go and move some of my plants out into the grass. So put that in there, and he's got a little spriggy one at the back. You see I go quiet when I concentrate? It's probably how you like it. And a little spriggy one at the back. And that will now go on the inside here. Right. So when he flaps up, we're going to put Big Elephant up. So where do we have our clouds? I've got to make sure you got it on the right side. Well, that cloud looks upside down, doesn't it? Ah, it's our cloud. We can do what we want with our cloud. Okay, and then last, this goes on. Oh, I got to put a little birdie. He has a little birdie on his back. Can't miss his little birdie, can we? That looks quite cute, actually. So I do have a little mini stamp here. I think that looks good. Imagine him walking through the jungle. So he has got himself some grass. He must be going to feed his elephants. Eat grass. Might not be real up on all that, might I? So he is feeding his grass to his bubba. Make sure there's no glue on that side so it doesn't stick to anything when it closes. And it's going to go right in there. And he has a little bit more grass down behind his tail. Alright, now inside I'm going to do the mat, which is just very simple, and two stamped elephants walking side by side. Where are you, big boys? And I haven't coloured them, I've just left them totally like they are. Well, at least the table is not as junky as yesterday. I had so much. Look how it inks up the head and everything, but it doesn't get on. I sort of got a bit worried about that. I thought, oh no, I'm going to have a big blur. I've done something wrong again. And we've got a baby one. I cleaned it and I don't need to. Now I've got Mummy's holding the baby's tail. Come back here, you little bugger. Okay, and we need, that's the envelope for the other one. Let's grab it. Another envelope and do the same. Bring this back because it's going to be, whoops. Now, even though you've got that, it's only an outline. You can still do your address around that. So I wasn't worried about that if you're posting this, because your address will go in there, your stamps will go up there. So you don't even worry about it. Okay. My coffee always goes cold. I like to have a, was your dad not well? Carrie. And so that's the original, and I'm hoping this is the better one. Right, and up. It's got to get used to the mechanism to pull it up, so I don't know why it has another one there. Maybe it's just to give it more power. So you'll just have to get used to it. Make sure you got it out a little bit. So the flap's out, and then you pull it in. And you've got to do it a few times. Out, in, and then it goes like that. Okay? And we probably, now that we've got that done, we can cut that back just a little bit, because it is long, but it's going to get in there. So you've got a smaller envelope. Okay, it pushes in and then pushes out, and you see. Now see, I glued that one down, but I don't know. I'm scared to, that's glued there, but I'm scared to glue that one right to there in case, see here? Oh, maybe. You got to go in and out, in and out, in and out, and in and out, and then it gets used to doing it. And I have glued that down, so I'm going to, it's got double strength obviously, and then we're just going to have to do the same. flip, flip. There it goes. Flip, flap, flip, flap, flip, flap. Easily amused. Alright, my dear folks, that's me for the week. Unless I find an album more to make. I have been hooked with these albums. Did you see that I made one? I did this one the other day using Stampin' Up materials. Look at that. Opens, has waterfall to put photos on. I'm actually really enjoying them. This one's just a page for that. This is a barn door. You can put a photo in it. You could, the thing is, I wanted to make a really small one to make it easier. That's just like that. That could have been a flip up and have two. That one's another barn door. You open it, it's got two more in there. And that's your card that shuts it. And then you've got your back page, which is just one there and two fits in here. I just thought, oh, I've made big ones. I needed to do a nice simple, and it's all Stampin' Up material. Isn't it lovely? The back. This was one that you cut out an actual flower, but I just wanted the leaves on it. And isn't that so cool? Alright, we will see you next Tuesday for I don't know which card. I haven't made that choice yet. So these all, don't ever throw your bits and pieces out, because they will make for leaves for another one. Okay, so have a beautiful day and have fun. That's all I can say. Have a great day. See you later. Bye.